Michigan for Consumers Energy. I want to welcome you guys to PKL Cares here in Asable. So thank you for being here. This is a really important day for Consumers Energy, but I know it's a very important day for PKL and the Asable community. So I thank you for being here. Before we get started, those of you that have been to our Consumers Energy meetings and events in the past, we always do a safety tailboard, and so we're going to do that right now. So if you just follow along with me on that. So we are at PKL Cares Food Pantry. In particular, we're at 761 South State Road, or State Street in Oscoda. Exit and assembly. So if we have to evacuate this, we're going to go out the garage door, and then we're going to take a left, and you're going to walk out to the yard area where the VFW hall is. That's the area that we're going to muster in case there's an emergency in here and we got to get out of here. Shelter-wise, the back door area or office area. So if you go through the door, the service door here to my right, and then you go in that door and turn to your right, follow that, and that'll be the area where we'll muster inside if we have to shelter. Just so, for example, if there's a tornado, I don't expect that to happen today, but if there was, that's where we would head to. Incident commander is going to be Kathy Wilson. So if you do need to get a hold of her, her phone number is 517-243-0678. Jake is going to call 911. And then emergency responder will be Dana. And then CPR first aid will be Pam Lovelace and then Kathy Wilson. Unfortunately, we don't have an AED on site today, so we won't worry about that. I will be the fire extinguisher person. And hazards, just be aware, we got people in here, we got, the floor's a little slippery, there's some pallets, and then some cords. And then, unfortunately, I have to talk about this, but it's unfortunate, this is the world we live in. But if there is an active shooter, just remember this is on you, but run, hide, make sure if you're hiding, you silence your phones. Let's not give away your position, right? And then if you're gonna fight, fight. And then in the meantime, if our emergency responders get here, make sure you tell them what's going on and where things are happening. So, any questions about our safety tailboard?
There's 31 people, Rich.
All right. Thank you. All right, so with that, we got a few dignitaries here. So I just want to recognize Rob Pallarito. Thank you for being here, Rob. Rob is from State Senator Hoyt in this office, so thank you for that. And then also we have Don Curley from Representative Bergman's office, so thank you for being here. Appreciate you guys being here. As I said, this is an important day for Consumers Energy. It's an important day for PKL, but also the Ascoda-Asable community. So to have everyone here really means a lot for me, but I know it means a lot for all of the other folks involved today. So with that, I want to bring up my friend and colleague, Kathy Wilson. She's the Secretary and Treasurer for the Consumers Energy Foundation. So, Kathy?
Thank you, Rich, and good morning, everyone. It was just such a beautiful drive. I live in the Lansing area. To be able to drive up along the coastline this morning, just wonderful. And you're here today because you care about your community and the prosperity of the residents that are here. And it's a big day for you, as Rich said. At Consumers Energy and at the Consumers Energy Foundation, we care about communities as well, and that's why our charitable giving is really focused on 3 areas: people, planet, and prosperity. And today we are going to be awarding one of our 2024 People Awards. And People Awards support organizations that are helping our residents with some of the most basic needs, whether it's housing, food, shelter, career readiness, and educational access. There were 86 applicants for the People Award that were seeking a People Award, and we are awarding 2 People Awards. We awarded one in Grand Rapids, and then the second one is here today. And access to basic healthy food is just such a necessity. Especially here in Northeast Michigan, where there is a long travel to get food, affordability of food, and getting access to fresh, healthy produce, meats, and things is also. There might be some non-perishable items, but getting access to fresh quality food also is a barrier that many face. Iosco County is one of the highest counties for food insecurity. So with that, our People Award this year is going to be going to PKL Cares, and it was an easy decision for the Foundation Board of Directors because this project stood out to us in a number of ways. One was the community involvement and the partners around her that are lifting her up. She's visionary, she can execute, she's got that developer experience. She is thinking through not only just here in this food pantry, but as you know, the child care center, which we know is a real important issue up here in Northeast Michigan as well. So we're so glad to celebrate with her the opening of the child cares, but she's not stopping there. She's thinking about housing and other things. So she is just such a leader. There's a need in this area. And the other thing is we were really, it was remarkable thinking about the community garden, about let's make sure that they're raised beds so that everyone can have accessibility to that. So thinking through all the details for equality and accessibility to these basic needs. So therefore, it's a privilege and an honor to be here today. And I want to say one more thing. She is extremely resourceful because she was able to take advantage of something. I hope you will tell that story of what you were able to do in terms of like getting the facility and infrastructure needed for this food pantry. So with that, I would like to invite our dignitaries and so Don and Rob and Pam and your teammates to come up here and Rich so we can award our check here. So I'll like lift this up. We'll do like a count of 3. And we will take a picture. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Folks, that's $250,000.
Dana, do we need to move it off?
We can also grab some after in front of the backdrop.
Okay.
Congratulations, Pam.
So with that, I'll introduce Ms. Pam Lovelace.
Good morning, everybody. Please excuse me if I get choked up. This was a very special undertaking for myself and PKL Cares. PKL Cares nonprofit was started in March of 2023 as I was going through chemotherapy for breast cancer. And the reason I wanted to start a nonprofit was to address some of the issues that were most pressing for our community, such as food insufficiency, child care, and affordable housing. And I felt that as a nonprofit, we could move and go a lot further. Also, as a community nonprofit, it is an undertaking for all of us. It belongs to all of us. All the residents of Oscoda belong to PKL Cares nonprofit. It was very important to me to open a food pantry that was a live food pantry. And what that means is we are offering perishable and non-perishable foods, fresh meat and dairy, as well as, most importantly, fresh fruits and vegetables. It was very apparent to me when I moved here that we have a vegetable and fruit distribution issue. transportation-wise. And I could not understand that living in a garden state, how was our produce non-sufficient? So it was really important to me to connect that with the food pantry because nutrition is very important not only to all of us, but in particularly to children and their development. That became really apparent to me, and it is homage to my mother, Dr. Mary L. Thomas, who, I'm sorry, served the community every day of her life. She was a super entrepreneur, and she always supported the community. But her biggest contribution was to children. She specifically used nutrition, and that nutritional background, she had her PhD in nutrition, and she had a school for developmentally disabled children. And she showed that proper nutrition can actually reverse a lot of the behavioral problems that children have. So the food pantry is a passion of mine. There's something that you will learn about me if you do not know already. I am an extremely passionate person when I get involved in something, and it's from my heart. So when we had our first distribution for this food pantry after putting it together, my heart was singing. For every card that came through and got a box, it was an expression of love, because love supersedes everything. Race, religion, gender, income, it does not matter. Love is love, and every time we give out a box, it shows that we love you and we care for you. So thank you to Consumers Energy for seeing me, and most importantly, seeing my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam. Well done. This time, I'd like to bring up Christopher Martin. He is the Executive Director for Develop by OSCO.
Thank you, everybody. This is an incredible opportunity here for Pam. She's a community leader. Her passion just it vibrates through the entire county. Just bringing food security to our population, as well as just bridging those gaps. And food insecurity is this big piece of economic development. If we can't know where our food's coming from, we can't get to work. Our children aren't healthy. So having the ability to bring this to our community is monumental. And really thank Pam for all of her hard work and her dedication, as well as Dr. Kress for all of her work and what she's done for developing the grants and the work that she's done as a grant writer that we've hired through Develop by OSCO. Without their efforts, none of this would have been possible. It's an absolutely amazing thing to see our community grow leaps and bounds through passionate people. Thank everybody very, very much for being here today. Thanks.
So with that, I think that concludes our event today, but I just want to thank you all for being here. I know it's already been said, but this board really, I think, showcases the imagination and the creativity that Northeast Michigan, Iosco County has. And for us as a region to win this award, to be able to support not only the organizations, but the community as a whole, is a reflection of what we have to offer and what we have to be able to gain from using our creativity and our imagination. So I want to personally thank Pam. I want to thank Manuela for helping out, Develop Iosco for everything that they've done. So thank you all for being here. I know that we had some snacks, and I know that there's going to be some music here, so feel free to stick around and enjoy. And thank you again for being here. We do appreciate you being here to support Pam and everything with regards to the people award. Thank you very much.
Pam.
Hey, Pam.
I just wanted to say one thing. Just what makes that little old ant? Everyone.
Can't move a rubber tree plant, but she's got high hopes. She's got high hopes. She's got high apple pie in the sky hopes.
So when you're ever feeling blue, here's the thing to do. Just remember that. Oops, there goes another rubber tree plant.
You can't beat that ending. Thank you very much, folks. Appreciate you being here.
Yay!